Yo, what's going on? How y'all doing? This is Cypher, FarsideTV. We here on a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Hear that loud truck out there. What's going on? Fatima, what's up? Thank you for your view and your like. I appreciate it. Yo, that profile look crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, we here. Hope y'all having a good Friday so far. I know I am. I know I am refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to get some things popping. It is a rainy day. It did rain, but that ain't gonna stop nothing. Just can't do no yard stuff today. So we chilling today. We ragged up today. Gotta keep the faith alive, you know what I mean? I'm just so thankful to be living to see another day. And yeah, we're gonna get into the conversation. We're gonna get into the topic of today. But I just wanna take time out and say what's up. And hope y'all digesting the day right. Sometimes we need to stop and pause and just digest the day. And now that we're here, the air is clear, let's get going. So as far as y'all know like I know, Drake's ICEMAN does have a release date. It will be coming out in 2 weeks. Um, Probably the most anticipated album of the year. Um, how do we feel about it? Because we've been waiting for this for a while. And when I say we, I just mean the general public who listen to hip hop music, who listen to music, period, have been waiting for this for quite a while. Um, I know that it's been a drought. It's been a very disgusting drought in hip hop music, period, really, to me, but particularly hip hop, as far as people dropping music, good music that we want to listen to and try out. So the fact that we're gonna get this Drake album may or may not be a breath of fresh air. We gotta see. I've been disappointed a lot lately by people's drops. Young Thug's UI Scooty was much anticipated, but it went nowhere. It wasn't good. It got a lot of people hyping ready for something that ended up not being a real draw at all. It just caused controversy. And in this time and day, I don't think an artist should rely on controversy to sell an album or to get people to assume that you got a good project. Now, Drake's project was a little different in that aspect because he tried a different approach as far as promotion. He brought a big old iceberg to Toronto, had the release date sealed inside to where eventually it would melt and show the date. I'm assuming that it would have melted within a week. That way you could see the date, be like, oh, Drake's album's dropping next Friday. Cool. That's what I'm assuming was supposed to happen. But as you know, the fire department in Toronto is like, no. That's not a good idea because one, this is a safety violation, and two, people are trying to melt the ice because they're so desperate to see the release album date, and they're also disturbing the peace and causing a riot. So we have to shut this down and melt it ourselves, and that's what they did. Now, some people broke some of the ice and tried to sell some of the ice for like $6,000, which to me is crazy. Sarita Shukla, how you doing from India? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for viewing. Please hit the like button. It helps me out. I appreciate you. Yeah, they had to melt themselves. People start trying to sell the ice. If people bought the ice, I'm done. I'm done with how the world treats these celebrities. If you buying ice because it's Drake's ice, come on. Thank you, Sarita. What's going on, Antonio and Tony 4? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Please hit the like button. Thank you for hitting the like. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. But this album may or may not be great. I see different posts up. I saw a false track list up with all these features from Jay-Z to Beyonce, The Future, and I want to remind people about a few false things that are happening right now, so nobody gets confused or encouraged to promote such things. So the one track list that's popular now that's going viral, it's not a real track list. It's not Beyonce. It's not Future. It's not all these people on there. So first of all, that's false. So you see a track list like that, it's not true. This track list has a feature for every song on there, and it's some type of ironic pun. Like the one with Beyonce on it is, Ice Lemonade or something, because the album's Ice Man and she had her album Lemonade, so they called it Ice Lemonade. Um, One with Future is probably called Ice on Pluto or something, because Pluto was frozen and made of ice, and that's what they call Future. It was a bunch of puns to where it's like it's not real. So I just wanted to debunk that. And the other thing was there is to debunk. There's this viral thing about Kendrick Lamar supposed to be retorting with a Fireman album. On the same day that Drake drops his album, they're saying Kendrick's supposed to drop his album, Fireman. No, this is just a joke. This is not a real thing. Kendrick is not dropping an album called Fireman to melt Drake's ice. If that were to happen, then I think the internet would break in four pieces. I actually, not just two, but four, because there is no Kendrick album dropping on the same day as Drake. If it did happen, that'd be wild, and people would automatically just lose their minds. I know I would, because I wouldn't expect Kendrick, and forgive me, to be that petty to drop an album on the same day that Drake drops his and name it the opposite of that. That would be too much. Kendrick has done some things since his beef has started, but since then, there's been certain levels of petty, and that would top everything. That would be desperate. That wouldn't be petty. That would be desperate. So I don't know. I would rather see everything work out with this album, not just for the sake of Drake versus Kendrick or any of that, but just to get some good music. And the thing is, what's kind of jarring is that Kendrick has yet to drop anything since this whole hype he had a couple years ago. He has yet to drop GNX Deluxe. And he was spotted in the studio a while back too. So if he were to drop GNX Deluxe on the same day as Drake drops ICEMAN, oh man. Now, the only reason why that would be appropriately petty is because that album Deluxe was, I think, already in the works. So that would make sense. Other than that, come on, bro, don't do that. Let Drake have his moment. Let him sell his records. Let's make some good decisions with our music. Because hopefully, it's good music that he's dropping and not no garbage. You know? So we'll just have to see. We just had to see. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I appreciate it. You're about to see a bunch of videos coming up to you right here, right quick, real soon. But yeah, it's interesting to see. This will probably be the most talked about album this year, for a number of reasons. One, because we haven't got anything good besides Baby Keem's Casino all year, and two, because I can see it being surrounded by lots of controversy when it comes to addressing Kendrick Lamar, LeBron James, etc., etc. So we shall see. Other than that, it's going to be a good time. Hopefully we get some good music out of it. Hopefully it's not a disappointment. I think Drake has run out of disappointments. Whether you're a Drake fan or not, whether you're a fan of his rollout for the album or not, we have to admit that this is somebody that we always look to deliver a great project. So hopefully this project doesn't see the mistakes that he doesn't need to make, because after the year he had with Kendrick, and since then, year, 2 years, he would have to drop some pretty fire material. Seriously, he'd have to drop some fire material. Otherwise, people are going to completely, all the way, give up on Drake. And Drake doesn't want that. Nobody wants that. So Drake, hopefully all the samples are cleared. Hopefully all the matters have been addressed and discussed. And hopefully it's done in a tasteful way to where people are leaning towards your side. Because I would rather this musical beef be a two-sided battle, as opposed to just Kendrick bullying Drake. I'd rather not. I'd rather have it, go back and forth. So with that being said, that's all I got to say. I debunked the rumors, told y'all some facts. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I catch y'all later on. Enjoy y'all weekend, and let's turn up. You hear me? Cypher, I'm out.